Blog Talk Radio.
This episode of Video Marketing Madness is made possible by Instant Video Templates 5, and you're going to find out why in a few minutes. But Instant Video Templates 5 is the easy way to create really awesome marketing videos using the power of something as simple as PowerPoint. And you can check it out and see the bonuses that we have available at raisebonuses.com/IVT4. And I'll explain why it's 4 in a few minutes, too. Because today's guest is the one, the only, Peter Beattie, the creator of IVT5, Instant Video Templates 5. So, Peter, welcome to the show, and we're going to have a little fun today.
Thanks for having me. I
He's Ray the video guy, yeah, Ray the video guy. His skill is where it's at, even if he's a little fat. He's filled with video expertise and has so much knowledge that you need. His YouTube ninja tricks can make your marketing so sick. He's Ray the video guy, yeah, Ray the video guy.
It's the online marketing radio show, Video Marketing Madness with Ray the Video Guy, and I'm Steve Sleeper. You can like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Video Marketing Madness. Get plenty of useful tips and news of the week. And Ray's Facebook Mastermind group is groups/online video marketers. Get views for videos and questions answered. We're live Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern. Join the conversation at 818-369-1423. Ray's video marketing tip of the week coming up at the end of the show, and
Indeed.
Yeah, Peter Beattie is our guest, founder of Video Revolver.
Yes, and before we jump into anything, I just want to, because I heard everyone go, wait a minute, 4, what, 5, it's 5, what? I just want to explain the product is Instant Video Templates 5. My bonus page is IVT4, and that would be because of my absolutely awesome WordPress skills. And I took the bonus page that I had for 4, and I updated it for 5, but for some reason, I can't seem to change the URL to 5. So it's stuck at 4. So there you go.
Oh, well. What do you do?
I guess I have to talk to some of my my better WordPress buddies like John and get him to tell me why. I think I've got a plugin that is messing with things, because when I hit edit, I can change it to IVT5. But then when I hit go, it just jumps back and changes it back on me. So I have no idea what I'm doing wrong.
Well, it's a good thing. It's a good thing you switched to Celsius.
That's right. Yes, that's another long story.
Another one. So, Peter, how you doing? 3 feet of snow in Maine, huh?
Yeah. We're still digging out over here. I'm going to go finish plowing and shoveling after we get off the call.
And it's in Omaha, where I'm at, it's 63 degrees today, although we could use some snow and precip, and that's supposed to come this weekend. But I think we're getting the 63 because you all are getting a nor'easter.
That's right.
I think it all kind of relates. So
I'm sure it does. And for those of you that are on Facebook, in the opposite direction, apparently in around the Tucson area, it was 2,385 degrees yesterday. So
I saw that. I saw that post.
So if you don't know what we're talking about, just wait a little while on Facebook, and you'll probably see that.
If you don't know what we're talking about, we don't either. So
no, we don't.
Yeah. So
we just try to make it up as we go along. So
yeah. So we got a little news of the week, and Peter, you can interrupt any time you want to on news of the week.
News of the week.
And that's what you're supposed to do. So
yes.
Okay.
So what do we got this week, Steve?
Well, from SearchEngineWatch.com. YP data helps national brands go local. Okay, YP, formerly known as Yellow Pages, has rolled out a new ad tool called cross-device retargeting that helps national brands deliver custom ads based on local search that travel from desktop to mobile.
Nice. That's a great way to do things, and I'm really surprised that people haven't done that more often. If you think about it, a lot of the national brands, they need to have a local presence, so why aren't they targeting locally? I never understood that. When I do things like CPA offers and things like that for insurance or what have you, I target them locally, just a variety of local places rather than trying to just target one keyword nationally. I just go after all the individual local ones. Seems to be make a lot more sense, really.
Oh yeah. Well, and you're not alone. A recent ComScore study found that 77% of YP's 800 million monthly users access the service to find local merchants.
Wait, how many monthly users?
80 million monthly users. That's what it says. I don't know.
I think they play with numbers to get that. I highly doubt that.
Cooking the books.
I think so. I think what did Bush call that? Fuzzy math.
Fuzzy math. A million points of light. Cross-device retargeting powered by Tapad will use 3 data sets to help brands deliver ads to mobile based on desktop searches and vice versa. So anyhow, this comes from Luke Edson, Senior Vice President of YP's National Markets Group, quoting him, "Let's say a customer starts a search and then moves off through their day. Since people switch devices all the time, we're able to serve an ad on their smartphone and then tablet and, et cetera. Desktop."
Makes sense.
And it just looks at their IP address, from where they're hooked up, Wi-Fi around the home or office. That's pretty simple. It's pretty simple to understand,
Yes, indeed.
I guess I didn't realize that wasn't already happening.
or why it wasn't happening. That's the bigger question, I think.
If we know consumers are in the market for a car because they're searching for auto dealers, and they're within some proximity in real time, that really becomes a useful ad that will convert. I'm just kind of scanning this, hopefully that, made sense.
Yeah.
Like you said, it wasn't just random.
I was reading Facebook anyway, so.
Okay, yeah, you weren't listening. Just looking out the window.
Ooh, squirrel.
Peter can't see out the window because of the snow.
That's actually right. Yeah. If I could send you a picture.
I'll believe you.
Yeah, I've seen pictures. I'm glad I'm not out there, considering that's my part of the world.
Yeah, just try to make the best of it.
But that's not unusual in your neck of the woods to get that much snow, or is it?
Actually, yeah, it's not that unusual. This year we've been really light on snow, so to get
3 feet at once is a bit much, though.
It is.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid, we got 2 feet of snow in Chicago, and that was just huge. That was just massive. It was unusual to get that much snow. Well, because they don't really get lake effect there. And, they get snow, but it's like 6 inches at a time, so to get 2 feet in one shot was a big deal.
Yeah, I can imagine that. My friend Jamie in the UK just said they had an inch today, and they went on lockdown.
Yeah. I can believe that. Well, we need snow here in Omaha. I wish that some of that would, although be careful what I wish for, but we do. We need the precip over the winter. It's good for the winter wheat, I'm told. I've been married to a farmer's daughter for 30 years. I still have no clue what they're saying when I go there at Thanksgiving and Christmas. But
out here it's a big thing because that's how we get our water for the whole year is based off of snow in the mountains.
That's right.
The mountain pack looks pretty good this year, but we haven't gotten a lot of snow down in the bottom of the mountain too much. So.
And that's one of the few areas of the country where it doesn't either drain to the Atlantic or the Pacific, right? It drains into the Great Salt Lake.
Yeah, well, it drains into a lot of small little, what they call lakes, which I laugh at.
Yeah, I've seen those when I flew into Salt Lake City. It's kind of looks like almost like rice paddies, only it's salty, and there's no rice in it. But anyway. So, didn't you say you went to a party at a mansion one time and you asked the guy what he did, and he was like a shrimp fisherman?
Yeah. It's about 5 minutes up the road from my house here, and it was this massive house. And curious what kind of business. He was just a shrimp fisherman. But brine shrimp, and he just made so many. He had his own boat now, and just was doing so well with that. He just made an absolute fortune just doing that. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I was in Salt Lake years ago visiting a customer of mine. This was years ago, but I drove out to the Great Salt Lake just to see it. I mean, this is like the first time I went to Salt Lake, and so I had to kind of drive around and see the site. So I had to drive out to the Great Salt Lake. I was surprised at the number of fishing boats I saw. It just blew me away,
Yeah, and and it's not. It's a big mass area, but it's not. It's more impressive on a map, I think, than in sight.
Yeah, well, yeah. No, I would agree with that.
What are you going to do?
Well, but wasn't that ancient Lake Bonneville? Wasn't that massive at one time? I mean...
Yeah, as far as I know. I mean, as far as we know, going down south of here, it was, completely underwater, ocean-like.
Bonneville Softlands. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Google rumored to be planning wireless service.
Yay!
Google is reportedly plotting to launch its own mobile network and continuing its bid to control all aspects of our lives.
Obviously that's a bittersweet thing, but I got to say, somebody needs to step up and do it, because the actual providers of internet, whether through the air or through the wires, they're just terrible at it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, they really are. In our state here, the best providers, from what I hear, is Google. In the areas, because we've got a couple of spots here where Google has come in, put in gigabit wire, fiber, and people love it. And all these big companies who that's their job just do a terrible job of it. So and the cell people, they're not any better, because they want to charge you. I think I thought about going completely wireless, just because I had so many issues, and it was much faster, and it would have cost me like $2,000 a month just to have internet access.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope they do. I hope they step in and shake things up, because somebody needs to.
Well, it says they want to piggyback on the T-Mobile and Sprint networks.
No, that's fine if they can work out a deal. I mean, honestly, I think PCS Mobile, you can get a better deal with PCS Mobile than you can with T-Mobile, which is the network they're running it on. So, if they can work out good deals, it should work really well.
Right. Let's see. Seeking to become and this is called a mobile virtual network operator, MVNO.
It's what people rumored Apple were going to be doing when they first launched the iPhone, and they never did.
Well, I guess Virgin and Tesco in the UK are MVNOs.
Yeah, and we have them here too. We have, like I said, Metro PCS.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
There was another one that was popular as an inner city one. They really targeted the inner city, and I can't recall the name of it now, but they were that as well.
Well, and they're saying that the plans will be bundled
sure.
with the company's Nexus smartphones, which they...
Good luck with that part.
Yeah, okay. Google wants to enter the mobile business in a bid to force wireless carriers to offer better services or lower prices.
No, I hope they do.
Yeah.
I think that's what we need. We need a disruption.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, and then Eric Schmidt on the Google front, the CEO, predicts the internet's going to disappear.
Yes, that was actually an interesting story, because it was very controversial when he said it, because people didn't understand what he was talking about. And they're thinking, what, the internet's going away? And that's not what he was talking about. What he was saying is, you're just not going to notice it anymore. It's going to be there. Everything's going to be interconnected through the internet to the point where you're just not going to see its existence anymore, because you'll just be connected, that kind of a thing.
Yeah, that's basically what this story says. And the quote is, it will be part of your presence all the time. Imagine you walk into a room and the room is dynamic, and with your permission and all that, you are interacting with the things going on in the room.
Yeah. They're already talking about clothing. They've got shirts. They've got pants that do it. You know, there's all sorts of things that are coming with that.
That happened to me when I took LSD in the 70s. Okay, I'm kidding. I know. I used to drink a lot of beer. That was about it. So,
what was the bit about clothing?
Well, they're talking about connected clothing, so your clothing will actually be connected to the internet. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but you know, there was a presentation on Shark Tank last week that kind of started to head in that direction. Theirs was something you inserted into your clothing to do it, but you know, the end game is to have it built right into the clothing itself.
Huh. What would be the benefit of that?
I have no idea. On Shark Tank, they were making music by tapping themselves. But, you know, they were talking about the future being much more than, you know, creating music by tapping your shoulders and your chest.
Interesting.
Yes.
You got any news?
No, I actually don't really have much this week, so.
Okay.
And now for something completely different.
Yes, and now for something completely different, we have, as we mentioned at the top of the show, and you've heard him throughout our little news broadcast, we've got Peter Beattie with us, and he is the creator of a whole bunch of products, really. You know,
so it's Beattie, not Beattie?
Yep, that's correct.
I was mispronouncing your name.
Yeah, so you were thinking of Ned Beattie, I think.
Ned Beattie, who in Back to School was actually Dean Martin.
Nice.
Remember Back to School? He introduces
that's
himself,
right. He was. Yes, he was Dean Martin. That's right.
He introduces himself to Rodney Dangerfield. He goes, "I'm Dean of Students, Jim Martin." He goes, "Oh, Dean Martin. Pleased to meet you."
Yes, indeed. But Peter Beattie is here with us, and for those of you who don't know him, Peter has created all sorts of great products, a lot of which revolve around video. And interesting, I should say revolve, because his company is Video Revolver. So, Peter, welcome to the show.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and what I wanted to have you on for is obviously one of the big things is you've got your 5th installment of instant video templates, and rather than me try to explain that exactly what that is, I'm sure you've got a lot more experience explaining it. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your instant video template series and what it does for people?
Yeah, well, basically, we wanted to give people an easy way to create those simple little animated explainer-style videos. And we figured out a while back that we could, you know, create those kind of videos with PowerPoint. We were having our designers create characters for us, create different things that we needed for our videos, and you know, eventually I realized that other marketers would probably be interested in having templates set up in PowerPoint like we had. So we basically had our own collection of templates that we could basically pull from, and whenever we wanted to make a video, if we wanted a doctor character in a video, we would go pull in a doctor character and add animations to them, things like that. So anyways, that's what we decided to do, and that's how the product line started.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because I wrote an article the other day, and I called not necessarily just your product, but the whole PowerPoint thing my biggest surprise of the past year. Yeah. Is the absolute shock at what people have been able to do with PowerPoint and Keynote and even OpenOffice to an extent that I never would have thought was possible.
It's amazing. It's amazing what you see people doing animation-wise in PowerPoint. I saw a TV commercial the other night, a local TV commercial, and I knew they'd done it in PowerPoint just because I've been paying attention to what Peter does, and I've been reading your stuff, and you know what I'm saying. And so I said to my wife, that was created in PowerPoint or Keynote, and she went, "Really?"
Yeah.
It's funny you say that. It's funny you say that. We had a client who we just did custom templates too, and the guy who we did the template for said he's using the video on a TV commercial, and he's going to play it in movie theaters. You know those pre-roll videos you see in movie theaters?
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm just amazed because I mean, for me it's like type, static type. Maybe I bring it on one line at a time, but it's pretty robust animation. I'm just blown away. I bought one of your PowerPoint things too, Peter. So I'm not just making this up.
Yeah, and what I find interesting too, because there've been quite a few people that have started to really get into the whole PowerPoint template thing. But I think, Peter, from what I've seen, you take it a lot farther than anybody else does. One, by making sure that it works with other programs like Keynote and whatnot. But just the high quality of it, how did you guys kind of figure this out, that PowerPoint and Keynote were capable of doing these types of animated videos?
Well, it was actually kind of a mistake. And what had happened was I was actually working on building a video creator pretty similar to this was the ones that launched last year, like Video Maker Effects, things like that. Mm-hmm. We were actually developing this video creator, and these characters and objects and everything were actually supposed to be part of that software program, and that project just never came to life. It was basically it just didn't happen. So I had all these characters and objects and everything. I was like, well, how can we put these to good use? We've just paid thousands of dollars to have a designer create all these for us. So we started playing around with the different characters in PowerPoint, and just kind of said, wow, we can actually make some really cool animations here in PowerPoint. So let's start making our videos with PowerPoint. Nice. That's how it kind of came about.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, it blows me away that you can do that. I just, first time I saw those, I was just like, you have got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
How did I not know you could do this with these programs, I mean, I'd done animation with Keynote, but it was much more like just text animation and things like that. I'd never done, characters walking in and all that kind of fun stuff. So tell us a little bit, in this installment, what can we look forward to? What are we actually going to see in this particular one? I noticed you upped it to 18 this time. Is that correct?
Yeah. The original version 1, I think only had 10. So every time we've been kind of upping the number a little bit each time. This time we tried to do templates that would appeal to more people. Basically, the last versions were kind of niche specific. Like we'd have like a contractor, a dentist, fitness professional, things like that. And basically, this time around, we decided to do something that would appeal to a wider variety of people. We did some templates on video marketing, webinar marketing. We still had the big niches like fitness. We've got a niche in day trading. So the survivalist niche was actually a big request.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was like one of the most requested templates. So we did a template on that. Let's see here. Yeah, there's a lot of them, and people also like the ones with a lot of text in them, like the kinetic text.
Right. Yeah, I know those are hugely popular.
Yeah, so we tried to give more of those this time around. We've got some templates that serve a specific purpose, like if someone just signed up to your newsletter, we have a video that you can use that tells them how to check their email and confirm and things like that.
Oh, nice.
Yep. Just a one.
Yeah, and that goes right into video sales letters, because obviously you can use that to create some really nice video sales letters that are so popular these days, and just makes a real world of difference to be able to make that in software that you already have. And now let me ask you this, because I've got copies of other versions of instant video templates and whatnot. I notice you usually mention that they're also available to work with Easy Sketch Pro and Explain.io and all that. How does that work?
Yeah, this is also something new that we just started offering in the last version. Basically, we figured out that these other programs like Explain.io and Easy Sketch Pro, they take SVG sketch files, which I can't remember exactly what that stands for now, but basically what happens is it takes the vector version of all the characters, all the objects, and all the backgrounds that our illustrators create, the stuff that you see in the PowerPoint templates. Well, you can actually take those and insert them into Explaindio, and the software will recognize it as a sketch file. So the hand will draw, the character, on the screen. It will even draw the background. It's kind of cool. It just recognizes all the lines, all the vector lines.
I've got four. I've played around with that a little bit. It's cool stuff. It's amazing you can do that. Just import it into Explaindio like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So let me ask you this, Peter. We talked a little bit about how the product itself came about, but let's talk a little bit about kind of the theory behind it. Obviously the idea is that people can create videos fairly easily. How do you think that? How does that play into people's businesses, especially local businesses where a lot of the stuff is niche specific to local businesses? How is video working in those different businesses these days?
Well, I've found a lot of my customers, they do offer video to local businesses, and it's a niche that I was also heavily involved in for a while. And I think local business owners, they like pretty things. They don't necessarily, you know what I mean? I want a video on my website that looks cute, rather than I want a video on my website that's going to take someone's email. Yeah. And so I'm not saying you can't use these templates to make those kind of videos, but they just like cute things. So that's if you show it to a business owner, and they usually think, hey, that's cool. Can you make me one of those? They usually like to put them on their websites. They like to put them on their YouTube channels, and some of them even like to run them as TV commercials. So
nice. And as I was told one time by a very smart person, when somebody wants to give you money, take it.
Right.
There you go.
So whatever opportunity. Well, where do you think video is going in as far as business related stuff? What do you see as the future of video?
Oh, I mean, I definitely think it's going to be more video ads, more of that YouTube advertising. A lot of people are going to start using that. I mean, I can already see the kind of the trend going up right now with that. I think what's going to happen is that more marketers, people like us, are going to start using it, and then eventually that's going to start trickling over into local businesses. We start offering that service, and
absolutely,
that's what I think, anyways.
Yeah, and I totally agree. It was last year in one of my training products. That was the new big thing for me, was to start using the video advertising, and that was a big part of it. So I can see that. Our guest today, of course, is the one, the only Peter Beattie, the creator of Instant Video Templates 5.
One of the things I've seen, Peter, is a local agency here, is a big media buying agency. They're starting to do a lot of the true views. They're buying a lot of that, and they do some other things, but they're getting huge into just the true views, buying it in AdWords, and become known as they've always been known as the TV media buyers in town, and they've seen that as a necessary extension of what they do. So that's pretty cool. Now you've got Video Revolver, so is that primarily works with what we're talking about now? But I notice you've also got some WordPress themes that you do. Did I see that correctly when I was?
Well, that was a business I used to own. I actually sold it. We used to do local business themes through.
Okay.
Yeah, that was Primo Press.
So that's not yours anymore, huh?
No, we sold that the end of 2012. Wait, no, 2013.
Okay. Yes. All right. Okay. So how about Main Media Pros? You guys still got that?
Yeah, I kind of use that as my central hub, I guess you will. That's kind of where I got started online. That I started out offering services to local clients, and that was basically the brand, I guess you could say, for that side of the business. And I kind of just use that as my central hub. So if I work with local clients, I go through under that name.
So you still do a lot of the local client stuff, and that's probably where the PowerPoint and Keynote templates came from, huh? Just an extension of that. As you said, you discovered it by accident.
Yeah. I don't do a whole lot of local stuff anymore because I kind of wanted to focus strictly online in the past year or so. But yeah, I used to do a lot of local stuff. I had a lot of local clients, and I still have some of those clients that I work with. But Yeah, that's where it all started.
Well, with 3 feet of snow, you can't get out and see them.
Right, exactly. You can't.
that makes it kind of tough. So IVT is the IVT 5. It's out now. Is that did I understand that correctly?
It's actually coming out tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
So I didn't understand it correctly. Okay. Yeah. Well, which is not unusual, Peter. Yeah. I typically I'm not listening, looking out the window, looking at Facebook, like Ray is now. He's checking his Facebook posts and stuff, but.
Hey, that was part of the rules that you sent me. Don't be on Facebook.
Yeah, don't be on. Well, yeah, Ray never listens to me.
I don't follow rules.
Yeah. Well, what we found is if you're surfing while you're on, you sometimes can tell if your voice will. So.
Yeah.
It just depends on your internet connection, or it depends on Ray's internet connection. Because, are you still on Digus, whatever it's called?
Yes, I am, and it's actually been a lot better lately. So.
Has it? Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear that, because I know that was very frustrating for you. That would have been tough.
I complained a lot about the issues, but they were actually pretty good at trying to help me solve the issues, at least. And then for whatever reason, it just seems to have cleared itself up now. So we're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
So, Peter, let me ask you this question here. In your marketing, it says that these are, quote, easily editable. Now, if I'm a newbie at this, how easily editable are these?
Well, I guess if you can use PowerPoint, then you can use the templates. And we also provide tutorials on how to use them, and also in the tutorials we teach you a couple other things that you may not have known about PowerPoint. But yeah, they're pretty easy. I mean, you just open up the template in PowerPoint, and if you want to change text, for example, you just click on the text and enter your text. If you want to change a position of a character, just click and drag, things like that. If they want to do more advanced things like add different animations, like maybe instead of making a plane fly overhead, maybe making the plane fly and then land, then that would have to, obviously, they would have to follow the tutorials to learn how to use the animations to do that. But yeah, if they just want to do basic edits, it's pretty easy.
Nice. And I was kind of asking that facetiously because I'm not a PowerPoint expert, and I was able to make something last time, and it was pretty easy. So I figured I'd throw that out there because I know there's a lot of folks out there who are like, oh, I don't know if I could do that. But trust me, you can. It's easier than changing a URL on my website.
And you can kind of change the characters, too. I mean, you can move the characters around, have different characters than the main template has. And
Yeah, you can actually right-click on a character, and basically, if you don't like them, you can just click on Replace and click on any character, and it will keep the animations.
I didn't even know that. I just learned something new.
Yeah. No, I did that on a video that I don't know. I used it for, I forget what I did, but I figured that out. Now, I didn't tell my wife about that because otherwise she'd be right-clicking on me and trying to get rid of me.
Right?
Yeah, you gotta be careful of that.
Make me 6'4", blonde, good-looking, thin. I'm the antithesis of that now. So yeah.
Now the other thing I wanted to mention too is the exciting thing about this is it comes with the 18 themes. I believe it's 18.
Yep.
But literally you could make unlimited numbers of things out of these. Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you can theoretically. I mean, you could take. Like one of the characters and make just one video with it. I mean, you can combine them, and I think there's 18 templates, but I mean, I don't know what the math would be, but if you could combine them all together, maybe hundreds of different possibilities or something.
Yeah, no, I'm sure. Technically you could probably do millions if you really.
Yeah.
But you could make something completely different than what's there. So, for instance, a video for a plumber could easily be turned into a video for an electrician, that kind of a thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yep. I find a lot of people doing that as well. Like we had a guy take the contractor template, use it for a roofing business. Take a dentist template, use it for a doctor, some type of local doctor. So
take a dentist and use it for a roofer?
No. Yeah, that'd be kind of fun.
That wouldn't work. That would be awkward.
There you go.
Yeah.
So Now, I want to break away from the instant video templates for a second, because you actually do a lot more than just these templates. You guys have a lot of video training, a lot of great video products. You want to talk a little bit about some of the other areas that you've gotten into so people can kind of get an idea of what it is you do?
Yeah. Well, basically, I started the Video Revolver brand back in 2010. 2010, 2011. It was mainly because people were asking, how I was making my videos. I started off in local marketing, and I was making videos for clients, and I was then taking what I learned there and teaching people about local marketing. So people who were buying my local marketing products were seeing what I was doing for clients, and it all had to do with video. So that's how it was kind of started, just teaching people how I was making my videos. And since then, I've just kind of been making new trading products, as technology changes, as my skills change and things like that, as we develop new things. As we uncover new strategies to do something, we'll make a product about it, and just basically sharing what we do with video.
Nice. And the other thing that I find that you're very good at is not just the animation and making a pretty video, and we talked about that a little bit, but you're actually very good at scripting videos to make sure that they actually do produce an action in the end. And you even released that as a product as well, which was actually one of my favorite products of yours, which was the Video Script Genius. Mm-hmm. So tell me a little bit about some of your theories regarding what a video should accomplish.
Yeah. This is actually a big one, and it's something you see a lot of. I don't want to say newbies, but a lot of people who are new to the business and new to video marketing. It's a common mistake that a lot of people make, is they just they'll make a video just for the sake of making a video, just to say, oh, I got a video, but it doesn't really have a call to action. At the end, it doesn't really tell the viewer to do a specific thing. So I think whenever you sit down to make a video or write a script, you should really think hard on what you want your viewer to do, and it's not 5 different things like subscribe to your YouTube, also follow me on Facebook and Twitter. It should just be one thing, because you just if you're making a sales video, there should be a one call to action. If you're making a YouTube video, a video for a YouTube channel, you should have one call to action at the end. So I think focus and call to action.
And so what are some of the different, obviously we talked about, some of those actions, but what are some of the actions people don't necessarily think about that they should be using video for, that maybe they're using video to help get people to call the local plumber, but what are some of the uses of video that maybe people are kind of ignoring and forgetting about?
I think communicating with your existing customers is a big one. Like when I do, when I'll write a follow-up series or something like that, or I'll create a funnel for a new website, or help a client do it, or whatever. We're always trying to throw video into the mix. Like, instead of having an email follow-up series, we'll have a video follow-up series. Things like that. Just try to inject video in different parts of an online business that would normally be boring, I guess you could say. Mm-hmm. I think if you use it to communicate with your existing customers through your email follow-up series, use them in your funnels, things like that. Because everyone knows that you should have a video on your sales page. You should have a video on a page where you're trying to sell your products and services, but try to use them in other areas of your business as well.
Nice.
Yeah, I found it works great as a way to introduce myself too, because that's pretty much what I'm doing, is prospecting. I'm selling a product that has a fairly high price tag, so the return on investment's there. But I buy little thumb drives with my name on them and send them a video on a thumb drive. I make an actual video for them and send it to them that way.
Cool.
And boy, that works. Yeah, it works amazingly well. Now, a thumb drive is probably going to cost you $4 or $5. So just realize that you got to have the return on investment. It's got to be a fairly high-end product to do that. But it works well, and again, doing all your communications using video, it's amazing. It gets people's attention.
Yes, I also this is something else I used to do. Is if someone buys a a higher ticket product from you, if you're getting like just a small amount of orders, say 20 orders instead of 2,000 or whatever, sit down and make a quick personal video for those people. Like we did a promotion once for a higher ticket service with another marketer, and after everyone who bought, he sat down and made a personal video welcome to each member. Basically they most of them stuck around. They didn't cancel their membership. So if you can do something like that, that's always good. If you can
yeah. Good for conversions, good for retention.
Yep.
Absolutely. And, the other thing that people forget a lot of times is, they love to use video for their YouTube channel to get people to their website, or maybe they like to use it on their website to get people to call them. But a lot of people, they forget that, hey, after the person is a client, after the person is, a member of your tribe, you can have training in the background. You can have all sorts of things that, and I'm not talking about, in your case, it's a little bit different. You're selling a product and you're training people on how to use it. But I mean, even if you're a lawyer, having back-end videos to help people understand a process.
Yeah.
Maybe even a dentist, back-end videos answering their questions about when they say, gee, you might need to have a root canal. Well, maybe, a video on your site that explains why and what that is. Things like that. There's a lot of great uses in the back end that people often forget about.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned dentist. I noticed that a couple months back I had my wisdom teeth out, and I was doing a lot of research on it, and visited like a local dentist site. I think I signed up to his newsletter or something, or somehow I stumbled upon his follow-up series for his patients who had their wisdom teeth out, and he basically had a video follow-up series like that, where he'd basically say like, day 1 through 7,
nice.
Here's the things you're going to experience, and this is normal, this is not normal, and then you'd have another video go out a week after, just kind of explaining them and the process they were going through. So that was really cool. It's like having the dentist there with you.
Oh, that's cool. That is a great way to do that. So, Peter, before we get you out of here, because I know you got to go stick your plow on your Lambo and go clean your driveway off. And I know you've got some other interviews lined up for today as well. But before you go, I just wanted to ask you, one quick question about going back to Instant Video Templates 5. If you're an internet marketer, why is that something you should really look into?
I mean, if you're an internet marketer, chances are you're using video in some way or another. At least you should be, and you can never have too many tricks up your sleeve, too many tools, on your tool belt to help you to get the job done faster. And whether you do the videos yourself or if you have someone else do them for you, I mean, the templates will just make your life easier. It doesn't hurt to have extra video tools. You're gonna run into a situation where you may be able to use them. It could be today, it could be next week. So let's make your life easier, I think.
Mm-hmm. Nice, and I completely agree with that. It's one of those things where, it's a great deal. It's here now. Even if you're not planning on making a video this week, it's great to have those things in the background, because somebody's going to come along and say, gee, I need a video on fitness. Well, hey, guess what? There you go. Put it together. And I'm all about. One thing I've decided last year is I am all about letting other people do a lot of that pre-work for me. Rather than creating from scratch, whether it's, using PowerPoint or even totally pre-made videos from guys like Nick Mancuso. It just makes life so much easier than putting it together. As far as I'm concerned, I appreciate what you do, because it definitely makes my life a lot easier when it comes to those things.
But then, a guy like me who's really not a videographer, I'm a videographer. My videos look pretty good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just don't have graphic art skills. So, but that it's not an issue anymore.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Well, Peter, again, I appreciate you coming out today and talking about this, because I know, I know it's a crazy time for you getting ready for the launch and dealing with the snow and everything else. So I really do appreciate the fact that you'd take the time to come and do this for us and talk to us all about the video and what you guys do. So if anyone wants to learn more about your products, what's the best way to check all of the stuff out that you do?
They can just go to videorevolver.com, and they can find everything right there.
Beautiful. All right, well, that's Peter Beattie, the creator of Instant Video Templates 5, and we appreciate you taking the time to do that. And if you want to stick around, we're going to talk about a tip of the week and whatnot. But if you have to go and get that other stuff done, then feel free to head out, and we'll take care of the other business. And we appreciate your time.
Okay, well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
All right.
Cool.
Indeed.
So you're going to stick around, you're going to leave?
You're running away.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
He's gone. All right.
He's gone. All right.
I knew going into it that he had a couple of things he had to get to.
Yeah, I know. He's pretty busy.
So. Yeah,
he's pretty busy. Typically when we have a guest on the show, we bring him into Skype at about at least 10 till. We called him at like 2 minutes till. Because he wasn't there yet. So.
Yeah. Well, no, I appreciate him coming in because it was it's tough to come in and do these types of things for. As long as we do them on a launch week when you're busy trying to get all that stuff ready and, putting out all the fires and making sure everything works. And, plus he jumped in last minute because we had an opening that popped up. And so he was gracious enough to jump in at the last minute. So we really appreciate that. So, Peter, thank you.
And, I've got Instant Video Templates 4, and I'm impressed. I mean, it's helped me out. I can use it Yeah, I mean, I can use it in Explainio. I can use it in PowerPoint. It's like I said, I'm not really a videographer. Let me rephrase that, because yes, I am, but I just don't have the graphic art skills that you and Peter have, and so it doesn't handicap me anymore. That's the nice thing about it.
And that's why I'm all about that. I'm all about getting those types of things like instant video templates. PowerPoint. Other PowerPoint templates. The Explainio stuff that's already pre-built. Video Hive, where they've already got commercials built for you, and all you have to do is stick in your name and logo and things like that. I'm all for that, absolutely, because when you don't have to worry about spending a ton of time putting that together, it saves you time, it saves you money, and that's how I can get. People last year, I remember when I was doing a few different things, and people were laughing because I would get 40 videos online each day when I was running. They're like, "How in the world are you doing that?" Well, because I'm not making the videos.
Yeah,
I'm going in and changing the phone number on each video and then hitting go. So it saves a ton of time, and quite frankly, even if you're a pretty decent artist, typically you're pretty good at one type of art, and all your stuff will start to look the same. But if you get these types of things, you've got all sorts of artists and all of their expertise and all of their different little things that they do. So your stuff can have a really good variety to them that doing it all yourself, it might not have. So
that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
Using artists from all over the world.
Yeah, well, I'm married to a graphic artist, so I understand what you're saying. She's got a certain style, but if she could have 20 different styles, she'd like that. It's
like that comedy movie about the Brady Bunch, where Mike Brady, they show every architectural thing that he does. It's the house, just with a different sign on it. So you kind of fall into that. So being able to use other artists and things really can make a big difference and help out. So
absolutely,
good stuff. And again, for anyone who wants to check it out, you can head over to raisebonuses.com/IVT4, the number 4. This is Instant Video Templates 5, but the website is IVT4 only because I'm too incompetent to be able to change the URL properly. So there you go. And by the way, Peter, the great thing is, and this is something to be mentioned there, you can go there to check out the bonuses and things like that we have for it. And it should be mentioned, Peter actually provided an absolutely amazing bonus for this. So not only are you going to get some of the bonuses that I've put in there, but he's actually put in a product called Action Video Producer. And it's a really, really cool program that helps you to make these nice action videos. So some really nice, highly produced action videos for your marketing. So check that out. It's a product that's normally, I believe it's over $100 normally. And, he's decided to let me have access to that for you guys. And so anybody who wants to check that out, check it out. It's not available till tomorrow, but you can certainly go in there and check it out. And I still have the video for Instant Video Templates 4 in the top of the page. But, if you go there, you can watch the instant video templates for video and kind of get an idea, and we'll be replacing that later today. So there you go.
Great. Fabulous.
Indeed.
Yeah. So you got a tip of the week?
I do, and it's kind of a different sort of tip of the week. So
And now, tip of the week with Ray the Video Guy.
Well, the tip of the week is something that kind of popped up literally the other day. And for those of you that use Skype, you probably have already seen this. On your phone, when you open up Skype, you may have gotten a little message that says, hey, check out our new app. Well, Skype has a new app out, and it's called Quik, Q-I-K. And what it does is it allows you to create little videos right from your phone and send them to people instantly. Very, very cool little program. I haven't had too much of a chance to use it yet to send to people, only in testing, but what a great little concept and a great little idea. And, of course, it's completely free. So you can actually download this new program called Skype Quik, Q-I-K, and create little videos. When I say little videos, it's, it's selfie videos that you can send to somebody. So basically video messages.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Okay.
So iPhone, definitely, because you're an iPhone guy.
Yeah, definitely iPhone. I'm not sure on the others. Like I said, this wasn't even something I had planned on talking about. This literally, when I say popped up, I mean I opened up Skype because somebody sent me a message, and it popped up, and I said, what's this? Very cool little program. I assume I probably got it for Android, but
I'll check it. I've got a Droid, so I'll check it out and see, and then put it in the show notes.
Yes,
that's cool.
There you go. Yeah, very, very neat way to, if you've got a quick little message you need to send to a client, now they're getting a little video from you, and you don't have to do a lot of work to be able to send that video to them. So it definitely can be a big help.
Yeah, cool. Very cool. So what else is new in Ray the Video Guy land?
And by the way, it is available on Google Play. So there you go.
Okay.
I just checked.
Okay, so then it's available.
Yes.
On
so that's pretty much it. There's not a whole lot else going on. Just working hard at getting some things done, and we're actually, as Peter said, he kind of moved away from local video and local marketing a bit, and I kind of had to an extent, but boy, I'll tell you, we're being sucked right back into that, whether I like it or not. So.
Well, you're good at it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you do. I mean, that's a skill set of yours, and you're good at it. How's Will doing?
He's doing well. We were working yesterday. So in fact, I'm going to put out a little video. I've decided Will and I are working on something. Actually, this is a great place to talk about this.
Will Pettit, who is
yes.
Him and Corey Vandenberg are, Ray's been partners with them forever. Long story, but
Yes, we did a lot of our local video marketing stuff together, the three of us. We kind of started in a little tiny back room and built our little video empire, or our little local marketing empire, I guess.
There you go.
But Will, he's been focusing for probably the last year, really, and very intensely the last 6 months on something very different. And he and I are working together on bringing this to video. What it is, a couple of years ago, the big thing was rank a video to page one, and it was very easy to do, very, very easy. You could go to Fiverr, buy some views, buy some backlinks, and have a video on page one in an hour or two. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it's gotten a little bit tougher. We've had to change the way we do it. We've had to do it a lot more. What's the word I'm looking for? Safely, I guess, for lack of a better term. So we've had to really kind of, not do things that are shady, like buying views on Fiverr anymore. Just not effective and can actually hurt you. So last year, when I released my training on that, it had a lot more safe type stuff. It wasn't throwing tons of backlinks anymore. It was, it was buying views on YouTube through the promoted videos. It was, sharing the video through social media sites. It was all that kind of stuff. And it was pretty darn effective, but of course things keep changing and it's getting tougher and tougher regardless of that. Well, Will actually helped me to develop a part of my training last year, and it was a very basic version of that training, and it had to do with what we like to call now crowd search. which is having other people search for your videos and click on them. And it's something that we talked with Terry about a couple weeks ago when we had Terry Melanson on, and Curtis as well, and they talked about this.
Oh, yeah, they're masters at it. So, yeah.
But Will has been working nonstop, literally, on just this for about a year, and literally just this for the last 6 months, testing, gathering data, trying things out, figuring out a formula. And what he's put together, and I don't even, I don't claim to even understand all of it, and I probably don't want to, but he has come up with something that is just mind-boggling and astonishing in what it can do. Very, very, very fast, not only video rankings, but in other things as well. So he and I are putting together a new program that's going to be, it's going to be a little more exclusive this time, just because some of the things are so powerful that we don't want to get them out to everybody and get them diluted. So we want only serious people that are going to use it for serious things. But we're putting together a program that's going to, honestly, I'm going to say it, it sounds hypey, but I'm going to say I think it's going to really change the way that people view SEO, not only for video, but SEO in general. And I think people are going to be shocked by this stuff. So what I did yesterday when I was over there is I actually brought my little GoPro, and I kind of snuck in on him and put the camera on him and talked to him for a little bit. And then we just kind of stuck a camera up in the corner while we did some of the work. So I'm releasing a little video of just an introduction to what we're doing, just kind of a behind-the-scenes for fun type of video. So I'm going to put that out probably today if I get a chance. And it's got some good insight in it because Will just kind of talks about why we're doing what we're doing, a little bit of that in there. So just some fun, but yeah, interesting stuff.
Yeah, that is. Well, I look forward to seeing that.
And as far as the product Will and I are working on, we don't know exactly when we're going to be hitting with that, but it should be a lot sooner than I originally thought it would be. So fairly soon we should have some very interesting stuff available for some folks. So
limited release.
Limited release. We're going to try and limit it a little bit just because, like I said, we don't want to have 8 million people out there doing this, because even though it's not a very dangerous thing that we're doing, it's better to stay under the radar a little bit.
But I thought Danger was your middle name.
It is, but it wouldn't be if I get killed.
Yeah, that's right. That'd be Dead Ray.
That's right.
Death Ray. How about that?
Ooh, Death Ray. So there you go. That's kind of what's going on right now. So we're putting together some of that, and of course, the training is going to have all the great basics, the best ways to optimize your videos and things like that. Because while this is so powerful that it could actually work almost on its own, you still want to do all the basics, not only for ranking purposes, but for the purposes of those who are finding your videos, just to make sure that they're getting the best experience as well. So we'll go through all the basics as well as some of these more advanced secrets. And one thing that we're going to be doing in there that is, I don't think it's really ever been done. And it's going to be another thing that really changes the way people do things. And I think people are going to be absolutely blown away by a certain other thing that we're going to teach in there as well. So yeah.
This is getting, okay, so at the end of the day, this is getting your videos on page 1.
Absolutely.
For competitive terms.
Yes, absolutely. From what we see, I mean, anything. In competitive terms, it's going to take a couple days to get it to, because it takes a couple days for everything to get finished that it goes through to get there. But, for non-competitive keywords, you can get it up there very, very quickly. For competitive keywords, still fairly quickly, but not necessarily a couple of hours, just because the things aren't even complete in a couple of hours.
Yeah, sure.
But, yeah, very, very effective.
Nor do you probably want them completed in a couple of hours. That wouldn't look so good.
That too, yes. Yeah. But it's very, very different from anything we were doing before. It's related to a lot of the things we were doing before, but very, very different and much, much more complex. And by complex, I don't mean necessarily on your end to do it once we teach you, but just, complex. Kind of like... a video game is pretty easy to play, but it's very, very complex under the hood. Well, what we've built is something that's very complex under the hood, but should be fairly easy for people to put together. So
now I assume you'll be offering do-it-for-you services as long as my money is green.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
On part of it, on part of the things that we're going to be teaching, we will offer things to make that easier. Yes, and then complete done-for-you services. We'll probably have that available as well.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see. Okay. All right. I didn't mean to put words in your mouth.
No, that's fine. I'm lazy, so.
Yeah. Well, me too. Me too. Somebody commented today on Facebook that buddy of ours joined in who actually has a job, and the guy said, "I'm retired and Sleeper's lazy. What are you doing on Facebook? You got a job." So, anyhow, I'm self-employed.
Yes, or unemployed as
unemployed. Yeah, underemployed. Okay, buddy. Well, hey, great show today.
Well, thanks. I'm glad Peter could come in here. It was good of him to jump in there and kind of save us on that and get a guest in there and to talk about some really cool video stuff. And like I said, if you do video, check this out because it's something that, even if you don't have a use for it today, it's something that can be put into the back end there, and as soon as you need it, it's
not expensive, and
I think it's going to be starting at like $16 or something to get in there, so it's not an overly priced product at all. And the other ones are at $97 now, and that one will become $97. I'm not sure exactly how long, but during the launch week they drop it down $16 for a week or two, and you can get it for a good price, and then everyone else has to pay higher prices. So check it out quick, and of course you get our bonuses. So.
Well, and as somebody who has bought IVT in the past, I can attest to its usefulness. So.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And easy to do-ness.
Yeah, easy to do-ness is good for me. Yeah.
In fact, the video that's currently on the bonus page actually has some things where I actually edited the animations and whatnot as well. So you can see that if I can figure that part out with PowerPoint, then pretty much anybody can.
Yeah, I like a lot of your videos for your landing page. You'll actually show how to use it before you buy it, which is nice because then you've got a certain level of understanding and it's going to work for you.
Well, yeah, and because the thing is, and this is something that should be brought up more often too, is, obviously I'm an affiliate of Peter's. I want to sell the product, but I don't want to sell it to people that don't want it, or that don't need it, or that, because quite frankly, if you get something and you don't like it because it's not for you, well, then, you might get mad at me. Mm-hmm. And, of course, then you do your refund, and then I get mad at you.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'd rather you see exactly what it is so that, we can both stay happy. Because I don't want to sell things to people that, that can't use it. And then I get people that ask me all the time, well, gee, what do you think of this program? Is it something I should get? And the first thing I always say to them is, well, is it something you'll use?
Yeah.
And maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should be saying, yes, you got to buy it right now. Woo! But no, it's, I would rather, I don't want to sell things to people just for the sake of selling them. I want to sell things to people that are going to be helpful, which is why most of the time we do things like instant video templates. We do, tools that actually serve a purpose and not, hey, make $10,000 while you sleep, that kind of thing. Cause it's,
Well, but, I think what it comes down to, you want to be of service.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, this is why you do this radio show. You want to be of service. And the radio show's fun, too.
Plus, they pay us a lot of money to do it.
Oh, boy, I tell you what.
Those royalty checks, man.
They keep coming in somewhere. I haven't figured out where.
Somebody's making money on it.
Somebody's making money on it. Yeah, well, that's great. That's cool. Well, and the other thing, whenever you buy some of these things, you've got to have when Ray says, "Are you going to use it?" You got to have a strategy for utilizing it.
Sure.
And I bought some stuff in the past that, quite frankly, I didn't use for a couple of months, but I knew I was going to. There was this thing I kind of had in my head, back burner. I could use it for that. It's available for $16. It's going to be $97 later. I want to get it. I just need to remember where I put it.
Yeah.
And of course, JV Zoo, I can always go back in and look at everything I ever bought, and so I don't have to worry about it. So. Exactly.
So that makes life a little easier.
Yeah, it does. It does. Okay, well, cool. Well, we'll have another show next week. I used all my services to try to get some cool guests, and I got 2. The last time.
Yeah, that's kind of. It must be the time of year, because usually we end up getting packed up for months at a time.
Yeah, a couple of months, and I got.
That's okay. We've got plenty of people in the
Oh,
well.
I know.
Serve up. So
I just kind of wanted to give you a break from having to book people, but.
And I've got somebody that I've been trying to get on, and I don't know why they haven't. Some point. But I really want to get these people on, because I think that it will be a very, very fun show. So maybe we'll get them on in the next couple of weeks. Hopefully we can do that, because one of them is a name that many of you will know, and the two of them, they do some very fun stuff with they're not in the typical online marketing world. They sell products online, which is why we'd want them on there, but very different, fun type of stuff. And like I said, one of them is somebody that you'd probably many people will know who it is. So it'll be a fun one if we can get on. It's a good friend of mine who many of you would know. So.
Well, and another one would be somebody I think you knew, but I met him out in Los Angeles at Good Marketing Summit. Initials are TP.
Okay, yeah, that would be a good one.
Yeah. Tommy Powers.
Oh, did you say that out loud? We'll have to reach out to Tommy. We'll get him on here, I think, at some point.
He is a media buyer, AdWords, pay-per-click media buyer extraordinaire.
Yes, absolutely.
So and he's a lot of fun,
Indeed.
So
okay, we'll have some great guests coming up. So
okay,
just keep sticking around, and you will learn a lot, hopefully, and get some good takeaways from it. And that's what we want to do, is we want to provide value.
That's right, exactly. Well, let's call it a wrap here. It's the Online Marketing Radio Show, Video Marketing Madness, with Ray the Video Guy, and I'm Steve Sleeper. Our guest today has been Peter Beattie, which I'm pronouncing right, and Instant Video Templates 5 will be out tomorrow that he's developed. It's really good stuff. And today's show is made possible by the same thing. Yeah.
5.
Yeah. It's raisebonuses.com/IVT4, right?
Yes, it's Instant Video Templates 5, but the site is IVT4. So raisebonuses.com/IVT4.
And you can like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Video Marketing Madness. Get plenty of useful tips, and we put the news of the week in there too. And don't forget about Ray's Facebook Mastermind group. If you're not a member, it's groups/online video marketers, and unless you belong to like 5,000 groups or something, we'll let you in. And you can get views for videos and questions answered. We're not getting as many Ray-Ban posts as we had at one time.
That's true, because we banned all the Ray-Bans.
Banned all the Ray-Bans. So, okay. Well, hey, let's have the jingle take us to the end here.
All right. See you next week, folks.
Yeah, take
He's
care.
Ray the Video Guy, yeah, Ray the Video Guy. His skill is where it's at, even if he's a little fat. He's filled with video expertise and has so much knowledge that you need. His YouTube ninja tricks can make your marketing so sick. He's Ray the Video Guy, yeah, Ray the Video Guy.